Halloween event is here, and I completely understand why they called this a Halloween event. But you're not here to hear me whining about the skin and how irrelevant they are and stuff like that. You guys already know my opinion on the skins, so tell me in the comments what do you think about the new skins. In my opinion, they're irrelevant, to be honest. But let's jump into the purpose of this video, the patches, and they're very intriguing for especially some heroes. And in this video with me, Hollow Warden, we're going to point out the most important changes. I'm not going to talk about Varangian heroes like trajectory changes or goddamn Hitokiri's trajectory changes. We're going to touch the rare, the good stuff, guys. So be sure to watch until the end of the video, and if you haven't subscribed or if you haven't liked the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let's jump into the video. Our first stop is Shaman, and this guy got a very powerful buff, which is when you dash forward and bash, and dash backward and bash, it'll come out 100 ms faster. So it used to be 200 ms to 500 ms. Now it's 100 ms to 500 ms, just like Warden. And the result is this: after a heavy parry, you can get a bash, and if your opponent is bleeding, you get a bite, deals 35 damage. And if they're against the wall, you get a wall splat, and you can get a free heavy, or you can do a heavy and suffocate into bleed if you want to bleed. And guys, the reason that they gave her this buff was that this bash was not viable, and it's now more viable. This hero is already performing very good, and they just made her perform better. She's broken, straight up broken right now. So, and the thing that I'm very disappointed with is that they delayed the Centurion's patch that it was needed, because they could easily cheese through that. If you were Centurion, you would do a light and then decided to fully charge your bash. They could just dodge early, and they had enough recovery to double dodge and do another dodge and punish your fully charge. So, and the reason they delayed this patch was Centurion, with Centurion, we can't go all in. We need to take so many stuff into consideration. And for Shaman, they just said, fuck it. Let's make this hero more viable. Holy shit, more viable? What are you talking about, man? Alright, next one is Conqueror and Lawbringer. Both got the same iframe patch, and it's 200 milliseconds long, and it's on the side dodge bashes. And to my opinion, it's a very nice change for them, because they used to get clipped by the side heavy especially and side lights. And now you have a iframe, and it's kind of a little bit weird. And if you guys haven't watched my video, be sure to go and watch my Lawbringer video. It's you get a very good view of how this change affects your play style, and it helps you. So in my opinion, it's a very good change, but there are some tweaking needed for these changes, because I was playing as Warden. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that video as well. There you can see I've played against Lawbringer, and you see I go for the fully charged shoulder bash, and the guy does the side dodge bash, and we both miss. Or even in my Lawbringer, the Kensei threw a heavy, he soft-fainted his top unblockable into a side heavy, and we both missed. And this is how much iframe it gets. It gets a lot of iframes. So yeah, in my opinion, it needs a little bit of tweak, but all in all, it's a very good change. Now for the nerf of the century, Orochi's side storm rushes are no longer undodgeable, meaning they can dodge it and dodge attack it, but you can dodge cancel it into deflects, but it's there. Only the top heavy the top storm rush is undodgeable. I seriously was not very fascinated but by this, because like on a, if you have a little bit of reaction, you could like easily block or parry it, react to it. It was not a broken thing, but in lower ranks and casual players, it was very frustrating. So I don't know what to say about this one. I personally think it was unnecessary, because you could like do a light in between, like if you make a guess and that he's going to do a dash forward heavy, which is a storm rush, you would just interrupt him with the light. But again, like, they want to please their lower ranked players as well, because the majority of the community, it includes them. And the final patch that is worth noting is Ocelotl also got a nerf, which is very well deserved, because he was like a human blender machine. And the nerf is the skull bash can be no longer chained after you miss it. What is skull bash? Like, for example, you do a light and then chain it into a bash. That's a skull bash. And if you remember, if you whiff it, you could chain it with a zone attack. For example, if the guy is going to dodge attack, you could like armor through their dodge attack, or you could, like, if it's a warden, he would do a bash, you could do it with a like fast light, which is 400 ms. So it's a very good nerf that they can't now chain it, so it can be like dodge attacked and stuff, so you have to be more careful with your attacks. All in all these changes, in my opinion, were nice. They need tweaking. I'm not happy with what they did with Shaman. They probably going to fix that thing. It was not necessary to even like give her a buff. She was like performing good on her own. Like nothing very frustrating while you're playing as a Shaman. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and tell me in the comments what do you think. Was it useful or not? And see you guys in the next video.